Also, no legendary YouTuber that is
I gotta say,
supposedly in
yes.
retirement is going to come out of retirement over Stonebox.
ネーション、絶対にこれを見て。
Did you forget that I'm retired?
でもこれを見てくれ。ジェピオムよりひどいんだ。
Worse than Jepium? That's impossible.
ぜひ見てくれ。
Alright, let me see this.
Hey everybody,
hell?
my name is Laforte. I'm from Pleasant Hill over that way. Oh, but for the last 2 years, I've been going to college in upstate New York. We have an exotic white guy. Make some noise!
Every single other fucking team is not playing because of the hackers, and now they left because of the hackers.
But then, like, I'd experience it myself and I'd be like, oh, you're not playing a character, this is really who you are.
She was murdered by my stepdad. I mean, she wasn't really a mom.
I wish she'd be more of a man.
You know, I'm not a bad person.
Alright guys, I know it's been a minute, but that don't matter. Okay, so KFaughter is the owner of a Minecraft server called Stonebox. In this server, the world is made entirely of stone, making it very hard to get resources, so losing your stuff in this server is like a major setback. Unfortunately though, KF did not have any respect for his player base, from clearing inventories, leaking base cores, constantly showing up online drunk, and even trying to like control teams to better fit his image of a server.
Any new player that joined, he'd instantly put them on that team, he'd force them on that team and teleport them to the base.
People really started to take a problem with KF and his ownership of the server. But if you want a more in-depth look at all the Minecraft drama, you can check out Gtinferno's video in the description. For this one, I'm going to be mainly covering KFaughter's actions and behavior outside of Minecraft. For a while, KF led Stonebox, but slowly turned more and more people against him, until they all got together to try and take the server from KF, calling it the first coup. In this coup, it was decided that the best option for the server would be to remove KF, but quickly after that, KF would upload a now deleted video to the official Stonebox Instagram. In this video, he directly doxes himself, more on that later, but he also lies about his life to manipulate people for sympathy.
This is going to be the last Minecraft Stonebox update ever. Hey guys, it's me, KFaughter43. If you didn't hear, today the staff had a full coup against me in the Discord and deleted everything. They banned me from my own server, and now I can't make videos anymore, or I don't own it. I'm not the leader anymore. They stole it from me. And, I don't know, I wanted to come here, and, well, I wanted to visit my mom, but, I wanted to tell you guys a little about me. My name is Laforte. I was always off to the side. I grew up in a big house, and my mom, I mean, she got everything she ever wanted. She was just kind of like a kid that grew up. So she wasn't really a mother. She was always like high in her room, watching TV, and when she was drunk, she'd be abusive, and she was murdered by my stepdad for money, because she was about to start divorce proceedings. And I lost her, but, I mean, she wasn't really a mom. And I have nothing now. The rest of my family, the ones who inherited the business, they hate me. And I'm completely on my own. They sent me to a boarding school in Mexico for 2 years, and I was stuck there. I've always tried to have some success on my own. You know, I wanted to be known by anyone. I have no family. I have nothing. And Stonebox was a place, the one thing that I had that made me feel important. And I feel like a lot of you guys had the same thing. It was a place to actually matter. And I guess I'm like my grandpa in that way. I make worlds for myself to exist in. But I'm gonna go now, and, you know, whatever the future of Stonebox is without me, hopefully it doesn't die in a week.
Holy shit, bro. Did you almost cry? You almost cried, didn't you? What if I told you almost everything he said in that video was a lie? They found his mom's obituary, and the cause of death was actually an overdose. Oh, my mom wasn't a good mom. But guys, guess what? She was also murdered by my stepdad. Feel bad for me, guys. Feel bad for me. And it's crazy too, because at that time, that actually worked. He got the server back. Throughout this video, you'll see that KF relies heavily on guilt tripping and sympathy baiting to manipulate people. I haven't mentioned this yet, but what after is called the second coup, ex-admins of KFaughter took Stonebox and started running it without him.
Before, you know, these terrible people killed, you know, our community.
Here you can see KF desperately trying to get it back until inevitably being forced to make his own. You'll soon see how that's going though. The person running the new Stonebox, named Bozard, has been in the hospital. Instead of letting bygones be bygones, KFaughter has been attacking his competition by claiming the other admins haven't been paying the poor guy. Yeah, bro, you really care about Bozard and his condition, judging by these DMs. He even tried to claim that these guys are like laundering money and are all greedy when he's literally selling iron armor kits for $15. Oh, look how evil these guys are. They won't pay the guy in the hospital. but this is just a straight lie to keep his last few remaining players from switching to the other server. Holy shit, dude. I was gonna end this segment there, but then all of KF and Bozard's DMs leaked, and this shit is generally psychotic. KF knew the whole time that this guy was in the hospital, and the whole time KF's like, hey buddy, hope you've been well. Anyways, let's talk about Stonebox. Let's talk about Minecraft drama while you're fighting for your life in the hospital. And then at the very end, he literally crashes out on Bozard because Bozard wouldn't respond to him while Bozard's in the fucking hospital. This psychopath is... You generally cannot make this stuff up. This guy is crazy. This guy was spam calling Bozard about Minecraft drama while in public trying to claim that other people were literally taking advantage of him. Cause how could you support those guys? They're worse than me. It's not my fault I stole your art. Those people were literally harassing me. Yeah, KF stole this girl's art, and the best excuse he could come up with was that she was associated with people that supposedly harassed him, which also turned out to be a total lie. Like, tell me this, is this a guy that's sorry for stealing art? Is this the victim here? Also, what the fuck is this? She's a minor, dude. It's so, like, crazy seeing this from an outside perspective, because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna lie about stealing your art, and then I'm gonna lie that people harassed me to get out of that lie, and then, like, how do you get out of that lie? You just keep lying, and, like... Lying is unfortunately how people get ahead. Yeah, motherfucker, that's you. He constantly claims that people harass and dox him, but then he turns around and makes threats like this to 16-year-olds.
I wish she'd be more of a man.
Despite the fact that this guy has doxed himself numerous times to the point it wouldn't even be considered doxing if his info was spread, this guy constantly brings up how people are doxing and harassing him. But if it was really a problem, he would have just banned them and ignored it. But instead he uses it as an excuse or deflection from any of his behavior. It's not my fault I stole your art, you're friends with my harassers. It's not my fault I'm a terrible person, people called my grandma.
But he said, oh, but you need to apologize for what you've done, like calling my grandma, which I never did. I'll stand on it. I never called his grandma ever.
And he's really not helping himself either when he threatens the same teenagers that are supposedly doxing him, even though he has yet to prove any of these kids have ever harassed him in the way he claims. You're a grown-ass man. The response to teenagers doxing you is not to dox them back and then make legal threats, especially in the position you're in. That might be the even funnier part. He constantly lies that he's getting the cops involved, even supposedly having parents called, but he was even lying about that. You aren't even good at manipulating people, dude. Why make lies that are so easily disproven? At one point, he says he's going to ruin these teens' lives for fun, but then turns around and says he doesn't even want it to happen. I guess whatever fits the narrative at the moment. He even doxed one of the owners of the new Stonebox, Dalt. This guy literally posted a video showing Dalt's real face on the official Stonebox channel, then begged his Instagram to harass the same owners. He still has this video up, still sending them harassment. But don't forget, he wants you to think that they're the bad ones. It's like everything this guy claims he's doing himself.
The Dragon Warrior! It's me!
There is legitimate arguments about like me being a dick back then and things like that, but I never doxed someone.
Hey KFaughter, isn't this you messaging Dalt on his real life account? How would you get that without doxing him? But in between the doxing and the legal threats, he's also threatening to shoot teenagers with a supposed gun he has. Numerous times he brings up having a gun, even once again sympathy baiting with it, but come to find out, he doesn't even have a gun. But yes, you should, KFaughter. This guy is so blatantly malicious that he was planning out how to dox a 16-year-old in a way that wouldn't fall back on him. This shit is psychotic levels of manipulation, but we're supposed to believe these teenagers are the evil harassers. Even if that were the case, even if these kids were giving you a world of shit, in no way should a fully grown man who's in charge of a Minecraft server this big be acting like this in response. Them doxing KF would not change anything KF has done. It would not change people's opinions about KF. KF constantly bringing up other people's behavior is a blatant deflection to push blame onto others. The threats and harassment KF display are a key indicator that he is not treating this situation in the way he wants you to believe. If cops were actually involved, he would not be telling Discord they were. If his family were actually being harassed, he would not continue to gas up the people that are supposedly doing it. If he was actually taking these kids to court, he would not be giving them every single argument he could think of. It seems if anything, KF wants to be doxxed so he can further justify his actions and guilt trip others. His carelessness around these doxing situations just show how little he respects the boundaries of minors. But it's not just kids' personal info that he's interested in sharing.
I'm freaking out right now over the state of Has-Been Hotel. I mean, Alistair just gave himself up to the V's. What's he gonna do? He lost his powers because Rosie won't fix his staff. I mean, I'm just worried about him.
Besides the fact that KF comes online drunk or high all the time, he doesn't seem to care about censoring himself in his community full of minors. And mind you, he is widely known for being a drunk in his own server. But this freak has even gone into graphic detail about sexual encounters he's had in front of a bunch of kids. Generally, what is this, bro? You should not be talking about this publicly in your server full of minors. He even makes jokes about it. Just listen to this.
KFaughter, you should make a mukbang. Make an ASMR mukbang with those burgers.
Jack in the Box mukbang.
Oh, hell no. It's just KFaughter groaning.
They didn't give me any napkins. No, I go through the drive-thru. I'm like, can I have as many napkins as possible? There's going to be quite a mess.
There's so many weird or inappropriate interactions KF has had amongst his community members that I just got a montage of this shit real quick.
So I don't know if you guys remember the announcement voice message I sent a couple weeks ago where I went to go get cigarettes and this guy never carded me. Well, today's my 21st birthday and I knew if the first place I'm going to go is this guy again because he's my friend, this Indian guy. I love him. So I go in there and he's like, no, bro, you can't be in here. No, you're not 21. And I go up to the counter and I'm like, guess what day it is? And he's like, today? No. And yeah, now I have cigarettes and booze. So what a great night this has been. I feel like a man. Wow. Maybe I should got something more manly than, you know, strawberry Trulies. But I feel like a man.
Kill your cat. You must kill your cat.
Discord allows users 13 and up, but not to mention that people can lie about their age, meaning you could have kids younger than 13 in this Discord. KF's lack of a filter in his Discord is generally concerning for the safety of kids in his community. It's obvious that he does not care about limiting or censoring himself when it comes to this type of stuff, but it gets even worse. In his tirade against the Gunyan, which are the teenagers I talked about previously, he literally posted gore in his public server, acting as if they all do this. The gore he's spreading was originally sent by one member, and it wasn't even sent in KF's server. He's trying to twist this like the entirety of Gunyan were spreading gore everywhere, when in reality, he's the only one spreading gore. He literally says he does not care that he's posting this publicly in front of kids. At the end of the day, why does it matter that some edgy teen sent gore? Just ban them. But instead, you are literally sharing the gore publicly in a space that kids possibly younger than 13 can access. This shit is actually insane. It's weird how you can't understand that. No, KFaughter, the only thing weird here is you don't seem to care about the safety of kids in your server, if it means getting a quick own on some teenagers you don't like. Obviously, I don't condone people sending gore, but there's a clear difference between a 15, 16-year-old sending gore and a 21-year-old sending gore in his Minecraft community. Every time he tries to deflect from his mistakes to focus on the teens he's beefing with, he just digs the hole around him deeper and deeper. In another situation, KF would leak and spread a false narrative that all of Gunyan and even the owners of the competing Stonebox were involved in a mental health spiral that a girl went through. What actually happened was a select few of Gunyan's members were messing with the girl while she was going through mental health struggles, but I'll let her tell the rest herself.
Me and Salad were still dating at this time. People didn't like that. I was very bad in like mental health wise, and I was in active addiction. So I was more unemotionally like mature or whatever. And I got to a really bad point to where I would like not necessarily like self harm over them, but for like how it was like affecting me in my relationship. Because I really loved Salad when I was with him, and like I still do. He's like my bestest friend. But like at the time, I was kind of mentally like a child, I guess. And I would like take out my anger and frustration because nobody would listen to me back then, like on myself. And then it led up to me like posting I think 3 videos of of my arm that's like cut or whatever, and I got banned again, which that's valid. I shouldn't have done that. It's stupid. And then another couple months go by, I get a text from Worm like directly after I get out of the mental hospital, and then he's like, "How are you? Are you good? I haven't heard from you in a while," or whatever it was. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then I sent him the contract because he's asking where I was. I was like, "This kind of sums it up, but don't tell anybody." Then he ends up telling like everybody about it.
Did KF ever talk to you directly about any of this stuff, or was it just something that you were hearing from other individuals?
It was just something that I was hearing from other individuals. I did try talking to KFaughter about hold on, because I was trying to like join his Stonebox server to like correct people on what was happening because I was getting told that he was like twisting shit. I was like, "Yo, invite me to your server." He's like, "Nope." He then blocks me, but before I say that he blocked me, I mentioned like something about saying no, but you're the one twisting shit about my experience, whatever. And I do know KFaughter is using the suicide contract now to like use it against people who he dislikes because of them correcting him on how he was acting at his grown-ass age. So it's like, it's being used against me, and then also people who necessarily didn't really do anything wrong, who were guilty, like, quote-unquote guilty by association.
Yeah, like he's just kind of throwing it at people and be like, hey,
yeah,
they're making her do this, and...
Right, yeah.
So when a team that originally played KF's server switched to the other Stonebox, KF crashed out and used this girl's experience and trauma plus all his other narratives to once again try to guilt trip these people and manipulate them into believing his enemies were actually the bad ones. The fact that he's willing to take something so serious to manipulate people into hopefully taking his side is incredibly dangerous and scummy. Besides the manipulation and guilt tripping, this story plus the lack of filters he has show you that KF has a clear problem with respecting boundaries. Now I've laid out all of my arguments with the intention of showing you guys how willing this guy is to manipulate and lie about situations. He constantly finds ways to downplay his behavior either by guilt tripping or blaming others, and that's no different here. Blackbear is a girl that KF met IRL at college. He would invite her onto Stonebox and pretty quickly give her admin. During this time, KF, knowing that Blackbear was going through mental health struggles, invited her on a cross-country road trip that he was planning. She made it very clear in the beginning that if she was to go, he would be paying for everything and they would remain strictly platonic.
I told him over and over, I don't want to be with you, I only see you as friends.
People warned her it was a bad idea because after only a month of knowing each other, KF was acting as if they were dating to others.
He had made a announcement saying that he was gonna marry me and he put my real name.
Nonetheless, they still went on the trip. She would soon quickly learn that he intended on getting romantic with her despite her stating she wanted to remain only friends. At one point during the road trip, KF would leave Blackbear on the side of the road driving off for over 5 minutes before he came back. KF claims this was a joke, but if it was a joke, it was a joke taken way too far, showing how little he truly respected her.
That's insane. There's no way he's actually leaving me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, well I guess I'll start walking now. That's your leader right there, guys. I really did fuck up my leg, I'm not gonna lie. It's bleeding. Oh, I fell a little bit. Now it's opened back up. My phone's gonna die, but
even though they agreed to stay off Discord during the road trip, KF would purposely leak or make up things about him and Blackbear to cause drama in his community.
So many rumors were made about us during the trip, oh, even if it was a joke, even if people thought it was funny, Blackbear cracked KF, Blackbear and KF were in a relationship, He thought that was hilarious. But then he would come to me and be like, Blackbear, you're giving these people things to feed off of. You're telling Witless this, you're telling Worm that, it looks really bad on me. And I'm like, brother, you told me to say these things. He'd start something, make me spread it around so it would come out of my mouth, and then come back to me and be mad at me for doing it because it makes me look like a horrible person. There was a photo that I had made. It was an AI photo, and it was me standing in the mirror or something, and I had generated this man to be next to me, and he sent it in the Discord or something like that, or I had posted it, I can't remember. And then Worm reached out to me and was like, is this KF? And KF had took my phone and was like, yes, it's me, it's KF, or whatever the fuck he said. And then this whole thing started and it got passed around and everyone was like, oh, this is a leaked photo of him. And I was like, I'm the only person in that photo, what are you talking about? Even if it had my name in it or my number or my Instagram or a picture of me, he would use it to try and get other people riled up so they could expose him or whatever. And I was like, the only person here that's getting exposed is me. My number got leaked. I think I shared my Instagram with a few people, but that got leaked. My face got leaked. He leaked my real name.
And of course, wherever KFaughter goes, you can expect an insane crash out from him.
He wanted to go in the ocean, and it was really cold out, and I didn't want to go in the ocean because I don't know how to swim, but also it was cold out. And he was throwing a tantrum. He was like, oh, I'm just gonna go in there by myself. And I was like, yeah. And then the ocean patrol or whatever came and told him to get out of the water, but he was ignoring them. And then he got out of the water. They told him he couldn't swim. He was throwing a tantrum. He said he wasn't gonna go back in. And they left. He went back in, and I was like, I'm going back to the car. And we fought the whole day. I was like, I just want to go back to the house. I don't even want to stay here. And then he was just speeding and trying to hit people and hit other people's cars, and I wasn't feeling safe being in the car with him. So I told him to pull over to a parking lot so I could get out. And then he was throwing a tantrum, yelling at me. And then I started crying and I had a panic attack, and then I had to call my friends.
And despite them agreeing that she would only come on the trip if KF paid for everything, he started making her pay for stuff.
Oh, I had to send him money because we got into this car accident on the trip. Kind of, not really.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to pay for it, so I sent him the money so I could not deal with him.
Even though KFaughter was treating this girl horribly throughout the trip, he still thought, despite her repeatedly saying she only wanted to be friends, that he could make a move on her. What you're about to hear though is pretty disturbing, so prepare yourself.
We were in the woods, we were swimming most of the day. And then we went and got groceries for the fire pit we made in the woods, which I'm not even gonna lie, might be illegal. We weren't supposed to be there. But it was getting dark, we were talking about depressing shit, and I was crying, and then he said, I really want to fuck you right now. And I was like, I'm not into it. And then he was asking if he could kiss me, and I was like, no, I don't want to kiss you. And then he asked for a hug, and then it was a really weird position because it's he's sitting with his legs out, and I had to go on top of him. I didn't even do a half hug. It was literally think of a sex position, okay? And then he started kissing my arm, and my shoulder, and my neck, and my cheek. And he was gonna kiss my mouth, but then I kind of backed off, and I was like, I don't want to kiss you. And then he got upset. He was like, you're ruining the moment. It's supposed to be nice, romantic. Why did I bring you here? And then things were awkward, and then we were just sitting there, and I was still crying. And then he started feeling my leg, and we were in the the hotel, and I'm 90% sure he was jerking off. I like didn't even come close to him. Okay, we got to his house. We also had to share a bed, and there was an incident where he wanted to cuddle, but he also wanted to have sex, and I didn't want to have sex. And when I get really uncomfortable and stressed out, I have like a seizure kind of, but it's not a seizure. And so I was feeling really off, and he kind of like put me on top of him where I'm like in between his legs and my back is to him, and he was like holding on to me and like kissing me, and it was really fucking uncomfortable. And that's multiple times at his house. That was when he posted that announcement saying he was going to marry me, and I didn't even know he posted it until after the trip when Witless showed it to me.
There's no way to cherry pick this. This is sexual assault. Blackbear stated multiple times she did not want this, but he did not listen. KF is a big dude as well. I can imagine how scary that must have been. KF took advantage of this girl and the situation they were in, and once again got manipulative after she rejected him. He would carry on with this manipulation even after they got back. KF would continue to bother Blackbear, basically harassing her when she talked about anything that happened during the road trip, using his classic guilt trip methods.
I had talked about it when I got home, and I posted it on my story, and he swiped up and was like, "You're making me seem like I kidnapped you and I forced you to go on this road trip, like, you're making it seem like I'm this horrible person." And so I had to delete the story. Since then, we like have been fighting constantly. Like any experience that I had, I wasn't allowed to speak about because he would tell me to take it down or say that it's not the full truth and that I'm lying. The first time that I tried to cut him off, I said, I don't want to be in a relationship with anyone. I want to have free will and actions. I want to make friends. Being in a relationship is not one of them. And he was just like, okay, then no one likes me. I'm going to be alone forever. Let's not talk. And I was like, that's not fair. Like, we can stay friends, but you're just going to cut me off. You're throwing a tantrum. And then he kind of like sent me long paragraphs of him just saying how depressed he is. And you don't do this, I'm going to do that. So I stuck around a little bit longer. And then we fought in Discord and other people were noticing it. So I was just like, I'm cutting you off. I don't want to talk to you. We didn't talk for like 2-3 months. I don't know when he sent it, but recently he reached out to me and was saying that I just lie about everything, that I'm spreading false rumors about him, that he hates me, I'm a bitch, I'm a slut, like, oh, but I want to be with you, I love you, the whole trip meant nothing to you, you just went on it because you wanted to use me. And then and he was spamming me. He texted me on 2 different Instagram accounts and the Stonebox official TikTok account. I blocked him on everything, and then he tried to get to my Instagram account and my Google account, and that's when I reached out to Witless and I was telling him about it, and then I had to reach out to the police or whatever, and they didn't do anything. And then in December, like early December, he tried to get to my PayPal and my Google. He got in my TikTok, Instagram, and then up to now, like, I did reach out to the police and they did do something. They called him, I guess, and told him to, like, fuck off.
Generally, how schizo do you gotta be to hack someone you fucking sexually assaulted, you freak? But back to when he was spamming her, I want to highlight just how manipulative this stuff is. For one, he was clearly still stalking her and saw she had a new guy or some shit, so he weaseled his way back into her DMs. I genuinely hope you're happy. Then proceeded to once again use the tactic he knows best, guilt tripping. I guess in hopes to somehow win her back. Just pause and look through these DMs. It's actually insane. How could anyone defend this guy? It's so blatantly obvious how manipulative and narcissistic KFaughter is. You have any idea what you meant to me? Hey retard, she told you how many times that she just wanted to be friends, and yet you continued to push past her boundaries. If you actually cared about this girl, you wouldn't have sexually assaulted her. You wouldn't be crashing out on her constantly. You wouldn't have suicide baited her to get her back, and you definitely wouldn't be trying to manipulate her in DMs like this. If you actually care about this girl, respect her wishes and leave her the fuck alone. And somehow it goes from guilt tripping to just berating her. This narcissistic ass dude is so furious that his version of reality isn't coming true, he's doing anything he can to try and convince her. The guilt tripping didn't work? Maybe make her feel bad about her situation will convince her. Oh, that didn't work? Let me try acting like the victim even. If you can't agree with anything else I've shown in this video, you have to at least acknowledge how genuinely narcissistic this behavior is. I genuinely hope you're happy, and then you try every manipulation tactic you know to try and get her back. It's so fucking pathetic. After seeing this situation with Blackbear, I'm convinced KFaughter is a narcissist who thinks he can do no wrong. That is why he's so manipulative. That is why he's such a good liar. He genuinely believes everything he is saying. He's so narcissistic that he convinced himself that they were gonna be together and that she wanted to be with him despite reality. Also, what the fuck is this last bit? Oh, you don't block numbers. Yo, dude, you aren't supposed to touch girls or jerk off next to him without consent. I don't think you get to preach about principles. But also, you probably got blocked because you can't stop suicide baiting trying to get her back, fucking loser.
And then he reached out to my friends that I know in person and the friends that I made on Discord and was like, I'm gonna if Blackbear doesn't talk to me.
He did this multiple times actually. The most pathetic and stereotypical manipulation tactic with guys like this is suicide baiting. It's so weak. You generally have to be sick in the head to put that much pressure on someone that you claim to care about so hard. And even after she blocked him on Instagram, he got on the TikTok Stonebox account to continue the manipulation. She for real cooked him here, but look how desperate he is now. Every manipulation tactic he tried has failed, so he's literally begging her now. It's actually so pathetic. Also, I glossed over it, but he's generally racist as fuck throughout these DMs. Like what the fuck? Anyways, after this story came out from Gtinferno's video, KF would once again try to hack into Blackbear's accounts, like holy obsession, bro. But he would also proceed to lie about and downplay the things that happened with Blackbear.
No, that's not the serious thing. The serious thing is
It's sexual assault.
But it wasn't. I just asked if she was down. She said no, and that was it. I don't think I'm in the wrong for asking that in a very romantic setting. We were like at the lake the whole day. The desert thing, it was literally a joke. Like when she turns the camera, I made a U-turn and turned around.
You were everything to me to the point I threatened to kill myself, but I'm also gonna totally lie about what I did and act like I didn't even touch you. Fucking monster, bro. On Discord trying to convince your followers that shouldn't even mean that much to you, but you posted this in announcements, and we all saw the DMs you sent to her. So which is it, buddy? Did you not care about her, or did she break your little heart? You can try to save face by editing messages and telling lies, but you said this shit, bro.
Is this you here saying you were going to marry Blackbear? Oh right, you went back and edited that after the video was released.
You acted like she was so important to you, but then to manipulate other people, you gotta downplay your actions and over-exaggerate what she's done. No one is seriously saying you raped her. You sexually assaulted her and you were fucking your own hand next to her in bed like a cuck. But that's just how KFaughter moves. Exaggerate what they're doing and deflect or downplay what you've done. It's what he's best at. And constantly bring up how much money you spent on her like that fucking matters. You agree with her to pay for everything. You didn't have to get 5-star dining, but I guess you wanted to love bomb her in hopes that would win her over. Like, holy self-report. You did all of that after she said she only wanted to be friends? You're collecting every manipulation tactic like the Infinity Stones, dude. But to be honest, you're a lot better at guilt tripping. Stick to that. Look at this shit, dude. He's thought of everything. I don't think he seriously thinks this, but Blackbear was not trying to get famous or some shit off exposing you. According to her, she's tired of having to keep telling her story, but she has to keep repeatedly telling her story because you have lied about and manipulated the situation to the extreme. I wish you weren't so crazy so you could at least feel a little bit of shame for how you acted here, but instead you keep digging the hole deeper and deeper. I think about my ex before her more than her nowadays. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. That's why you saw her change her profile picture this fucking recently.
She also has like a new like furry profile picture or some shit.
You gotta stop self-reporting, dude. This is just embarrassing. You can't claim she didn't mean much to you or whatever, but still be stalking her to this day. And for his last defense I could find, what part of a cross-country road trip between a guy and a girl under those circumstances not be slightly romantic? Maybe the road trip where she repeatedly told you she just wanted to be friends, you fucking freak. In every defense KF gives, he shows how little remorse and care he has for what he did to her. He clearly still wants her if he's stalking her this recently, but obviously he has to manipulate his followers to keep up the image. KF will continue to lie about this situation. He will continue to manipulate his followers. I just hope more people can wake up to how truly wicked this shit is. KF has tried to get away with the Blackbear situation and all the other things he's done by muddying the waters, downplaying his behavior, and most of all trying to spin the narrative that all the allegations are just made up by the teenagers he's beefing with and the competing Stonebox people. In his arguments, his logic is always these guys did bad things, so their word cannot be trusted. It's so obvious he's trying to get away with all his past actions by just deflecting onto what other people have done. I came in from an outside perspective. I had no bias looking into this situation. I looked at all the sides and came to my own conclusions. Frankly, I don't even care about Stonebox. I care about the shit KF has done. I did not make this video to defend Guwop. Obviously, I don't condone doxing or people sending gore, but those are teenagers. Guwop have their own problems, but it doesn't take away anything that KF has done, and that's why I made this video. KFaughter is mentally unstable, has no boundaries, he's extremely manipulative, and he's a danger to the members of his community, especially kids. But worst of all, he sexually assaulted someone and is trying to get away with it. His narrative that all these allegations are just being pushed by the competing Stonebox and Guwop is just cope and manipulation to hide the fact that the competing Stonebox only exists because of how terrible he is. The more I looked into the situation, the more furious I got with this guy. He's getting away with so much sick behavior. You can probably tell I gradually get angrier through the video. But like generally KF, are you able to defend any of the allegations I brought up without throwing blame onto someone else or bringing up Guwop? I generally want to see you try. I'm not harassing you or doxing you, so what now? You gonna suicide bait in my DMs, you fucking loser? Kellerin, seek therapy and get fucking diagnosed. Stop blaming everyone else for your problems. It's not your family, it's not teenagers on Minecraft, it's not the competing Stonebox owners. You are messed up in the head. You are impulsive, manipulative, and narcissistic. You should not be trusting running a server full of primarily kids. You cannot keep going on manipulating people and lying about every single situation you're in, and you cannot get away with everything I've shown in this video. You're a grown-ass man who you yourself admit that Stonebox is all you have left. Word is you even dropped out of college just to have more time for your dying server. I bet that's partly why you're so malicious with your lies, because if you lose Stonebox, you truly have nothing left. In my opinion, you should grow up, move on, and pursue something that won't have you homeless in 3 years. And don't try to use those facts to guilt trip more people, you loser. And how about this, Kellerin? You seem to only target teenagers, so why not switch it up? I know you're going to be furious after this video, judging by all of your past Crash Out episodes. Why not go after me instead?
The Gtinferno has reached me. I hope you guys are doing well. The Gtinferno has reached me.
Stop harassing teenagers and go after someone your own age.
Like a man.
I didn't know these guys before looking into the situation. I didn't dox you. You can't say anything about me going after you because I don't care about Stonebox. I didn't even know all that much about you before I looked into this situation. I looked through everything and made my own conclusions. In fact, a good majority of the stuff I found myself, so you can't say Gunyan sent it to me or some bullshit. So what's your excuse now, KF? Don't be surprised if he uses the same tactics he's been using and tries to defame me in some way to avoid accountability. I'm ready though, KF.
I'm ready.
I hope I've proved with this video that KFaughter is willing to lie and manipulate his way out of any situation, and his word cannot be taken as truthful. He will continue to lie after this video, and it's up to the community to pressure him on these things before he can get away with it. Because he's most likely a narcissist, or at least has highly narcissistic traits, he will probably never admit he's wrong. That's just how he's wired. He will continue to do the same horrible things, he will continue to manipulate and lie, and he will continue to be a danger to the people around him until he loses his platform. To be honest, I don't even care if you continue to play on his Stonebox server, but stay away from him. You may like the benefits that come with being friends with him, maybe you get to be admin or whatever on a cool server, but at what cost? Your association with him will only drag you down with him. I get that he sits in VC all day and swears up and down he's innocent, but if this video proves anything, he's a liar and can't be trusted. It's time to jump ship or sink with him. Kev will continue to lie about these things, he will continue to manipulate anyone he can to his side, but the longer he's online, the more he will continue to expose himself as the freak and danger he is. I just hope you make the right decision before it's too late. Both of Gtinferno's videos will be linked in the description. They go over pretty much everything I've covered in more detail, plus all the intertwined Minecraft drama, and you can also find all the interviews there as well. If you want to stay up to date on the situation, I'll keep things updated in my Discord link below, but besides that, with love, Team Nations. Thank you for watching.
Well, howdy, KFaughter. It's the faithful sheriff. Nice to meet you. Dylan Smash wanted me getting a hold of you. He's worried about you. He says you're going down a dark path. He said you lied about something to do with your mom. That's not cool, buddy. You know, there's several things that the Lord hates, and one of them is a liar. He says every liar will have his part in the lake of fire. That's not cool. If we love the Lord, we're going to turn away from our sin and stop lying. It's one of his commandments. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. That means lying. And your neighbor is everyone. I hope you consider turning away from whatever this dark path you're going down that your friend's worried about. Some of us might not see the path we're going down, but others might. So let's consider their feelings and know that they just care about us. And they worry about us. And that's what friends are for. Just maybe sit down and have a talk with them. And the great thing about having a buddy online is you can talk to them anytime, anywhere. Well, hope you have a good day and consider this. God bless and Godspeed.